guys, when I was digging through my shelf, I realized I had a kind of a tiny book review that I could do. Now, I haven't read this book in a long time. You have to realize I've been collecting a lot of the Lord of the Rings books since about 2001, because when the films came out, there was like, boom, every Lord of the Rings book ever. They either reprinted them or just started carrying them at the bookstores. This one's by David Day, and it's called Tolkien's Ring. And illustrated by the incomparable Alan Lee, who is my favorite. John Howe is also absolutely fantastic. So if you eep the dust cover, I'm just gonna take the dust cover off while I do this. Hang on just a second. I don't want it to get fucked up. If you see something illustrated by John Howe, it's really, really great too. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So, basically, it's pretty now without the dust cover. This book is also by David Day, is the Tolkien Bestiary. And that one is about all the creatures in the in Middle-earth, in Tolkien's world, Middle-earth. And that book is fantastic as well. I had it in softcover. I pared down my Lord of the Rings books a lot a few years ago because I had so many that I just couldn't move them all. So, yeah, I'm kind of sad I did that, actually. You know, you do something and then you're like, oh, I wish I'd kept that book. That was one of them I wish I kept because it was really nice. Anyway, this book is super cool. Because it is a book of mythology and not just Middle-earth mythology. This is a book that shows the links into actual mythology that Tolkien either used or can be compared to the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and Middle-earth. This is mostly going to take Lord of the Rings turn to it. I have to be careful because the binding's a little weak on this. I've had this book like 14 years. So Tolkien used a lot of Norse mythology, a lot, in his work. There's Celtic mythology, German, a lot of the stuff that you see in the table of contents there, some of it I couldn't pronounce, you're gonna see in Lord of the Rings. And there's a couple really beautiful pictures in here just to show you. There's one of Odin that's absolutely just stinking cool. I'm trying to find it. I think it's toward the front, so I gotta be really careful with it. Just a second here. Here it is. Oh gosh, please don't let me break the binding. This is Odin. Is that not the coolest thing? I don't know a lot about Norse mythology at all, but that is just super cool. And I'll pull a colored one for you to see. But, like, for example, in Tolkien's world, there are 3 variations on Odin's throne. Manwë, the king of the Valar, is enthroned on, oh my gosh, this word, Tanaquetil, the highest mountain on the world, and his all-seeing eyes can see all over the world. Sauron's one eye has similar, if somewhat more limited power in its ability to see and command his domain from the Dark Tower of Mordor. And Frodo Baggins, the Hobbit, discovers the seat of seeing on Amon Hen, the Hill of the Eye. Once he sits on its stone throne, like little Odin, he can see telescopically for hundreds of miles in all directions. So that gives you an idea of kind of what the book is about. And when it's talking about like the Valar and things like that, that comes from the Silmarillion, which is really complicated, and some of you probably read it, some of you probably haven't. I've never made it completely through the Silmarillion. It's the history of the elves and Middle Earth in general, and it is complicated. But well worth it. I've made it through almost all of it, and let me see if I can find a nice colored illustration. There's so many. I don't know what to pick. This is pretty. I don't even know how to say this word, so I'm not even gonna try. I'll just show it to you. Here's this picture. You guys might know more about this, because here's the word. There you go. I'm gonna laugh if that's Celtic or something and I couldn't say it. Anyway, I don't think that's Celtic. Looks like it's German. Ah, yeah, it is. The national epic of the German race is the medieval word I can't say, which is the lay of the downfall of the Nibelung dynasty. I can say that. Anyway, this seems to go along with it. So see, there's a story that I don't even know anything about, that even though it'll be comparing stories, I would still be learning this whole myth. So this book is super, super cool. It's not going to be a super hard read or anything like that, but I think it's super cool if you're a Tolkien fan, Lord of the Rings fan, to have in your collection. If you're a mythology fan, you might want to look through it just for fun. I picked it up. Now, I picked this up years ago. I would say probably 2001, 2002 at Barnes & Noble. Here's the cover again. I took this off, so I'm just going to hold this up. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble on their bargain rack for, I think it was about, I don't know, $8. Probably around there. And there's the back. And it's well worth the money. It's worth every penny. I read it when I picked it up, but it's been a long time ago and I have aged. But I know this is kind of a stumbled review, but seriously, it's worth picking up. So you might look on Amazon for it, because you can probably pick up a used copy pretty cheap, and it's well worth it, especially if you're a Tolkien fan to have in your collection. And seriously, while you're getting, get his bestiary as well, because it's super cool. It goes into how goblins came to be, things like that as well. So that is pretty stinking cool as well. So thanks for watching. That's a book review for today. Just kind of popped up and I was like, I'm gonna do a book review of this because this is really cool. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you pick up the book because I think you'll really like it. And blessed be. Take care, guys. Bye.